The Gen 2 version of the Ray-Ban Metas is here. What are the differences between the Gen 2 and the Gen 1? Are they worth the extra 80 bucks? And actually right now, both are available. So if you're not sure which one to get, the idea of this video is to help you decide if it is worth a little bit more money for the Gen 2, or if you have a Gen 1 and you love them, is it worth buying a whole new pair of Gen 2s? And really importantly, do your prescription lenses from Gen 1 fit in the Gen 2 frame? We're gonna go over all of it. Hey everybody, this is Sunglass Rob from Sport RX, and my first question was, and I went and found out the answer today officially, is do my prescription lenses from my Gen 1 frames fit in the Gen 2 so I don't have to get a whole nother set of prescription lenses? And the answer is yes. So right off the bat, we're gonna answer the RX question because we're here at Sport RX. So yes, you can get a new pair of the Gen 2s and put your Gen 1 lenses inside the Gen 2. So that's pretty rad. And then you could probably just put the non-prescription ones in the Gen 1 and give those to your neighbor. That would be a fun Christmas present. All right, so the Gen 2 is out and there are some significant upgrades. And let's just talk about, I think the thing most people are gonna notice right away is the extra battery. It's basically double the battery. It goes from 4 hours to 8 hours. And I've tested the Gen 1 a bunch, and I've tested the Oakley Houston version, which is basically the exact same specs of the new Gen 2. I don't know if either of them actually work if you're fully using them for that full 8 hours or that full 4 hours, but there's a significant improvement in battery life, like significant. I basically, with my Oakleys, never ran out of battery, and with my Ray-Bans, would run out of battery. And I would use them for mountain biking, I would use them on vacation, I would just take them out for the day. I really like having the Bluetooth. For me, the Bluetooth speakers is probably the coolest, most used feature. And I definitely noticed that the better battery is a big difference. So that's probably the biggest difference most people are going to notice. One more thing on the battery life, which is really cool, is on the Gen 2, they charge faster in the case. They have a quick charge mode. In about 20 minutes, you're going to get 80% more battery life. So if you want them to work really quick again, just put them in that case and you're going to get a quick charge really, really nice. They'll be back to functioning. Also, the Gen 2 case gives you more charge as well. It gives you about 48 hours more of use, so basically 4 charges. And the Gen 1 does 3 charges, 36 hours of use. This is reminding me of helping my daughter with her ratio math last night. The next biggest difference is going to be in the video resolution. The new ones, the Gen 2 has a 3K Ultra HD. The Gen 1 is 1080p HD. Now, I'm way more in front of the camera than behind the camera, but the camera guys are telling me that's a pretty big difference. It's 50% more pixels, better resolution, but also they are able to film in slow motion and hyperlapse. So you're getting more frames per second in the new one, and also you can film in hyperlapse. So if you're using a lot of video, it's gonna be really cool. I believe photography though is about identical, but the video is where you're gonna get better video quality. There's also better motion stability, so you're kind of getting that gimbal effect a little bit better with the new ones. They also have improved processing, so they reduce noise better, and they also do another cool weird word that I don't know what it means. They have better dynamic range. Okay, so the new ones are $80 more expensive, but they're 4 grams lighter. So I don't know if anyone's gonna notice 4 grams, but we're saying about 52 on the Gen 1, 48 on the Gen 2. But depending on the size and the model, I don't know how important that really is to anybody, but the $80 is. So the standard version of the Gen 1s were $299, which is kind of incredible because regular wafers are like almost 200 bucks. So for another 100, you get the Meta ones. But now the standard ones are $379, so an $80 jump. The polarized also went from $329 to $409, and the transitions went from $379 to $459, and about half of the people buying Metas right now are getting transitions, and I think it's actually going to only go up from there. Transition lenses, if you're not sure what that means, is their lenses are photochromatic. I guess if you don't know what transitions means, you don't know what photochromatic means. It means the lenses get lighter and darker on their own depending on how much UV light is out there. Now, transition lenses indoors are going to be pretty much all the way clear. Outdoors, they're gonna become sunglasses, but they're not gonna become like dark, polarized, super protective sunglasses, but they definitely get darker and they're still UV protected. Why people are liking those is these are super rad and I want to use them indoors and I want to use them outdoors. The only time transitions don't really work well at all, which is probably the perfect time not to be wearing your Metas, is in the car, because the windshield blocks UV light. Even though there's available light, there's like sunlight on a sunny day driving. UV light is not coming through your windshield, so your transition lenses aren't going to tint. But also with CarPlay out and all these features, I'm not really sure if it's a great idea to even have these connected to your phone when you're driving, but hey, that's up to you. Okay, so we talked about the differences. I think some people want to know the similarities. Everything else is the same. The speakers are the same. They're two open ear Bluetooth speakers. About 76 decibels is the max. Again, I love this technology and where this world is going, but the use I find myself loving and really using is the Bluetooth. It's super rad not to have to carry AirPods. Like, way more than the camera. The AI is amazing, but just the speakers, just being there all the time is rad. The microphone system is the same. There's 5 mics. Actually, it's really cool how well the microphone works. Arguably just as good as my AirPods. Like, when you're on a conversation wearing these, it's fantastic. The prescription range is about the same. These are pretty flat, so most prescriptions work. We're saying about a -6 to a +4. That's like 98% of people, just about, at least in the US. The photography is the same, 12 megapixels and ultra wide. The other thing to remember is both of them only shoot and photography in vertical, not horizontal. They're Metas, Instagram, Facebook, cell phones, you get it. Eventually, hopefully, they'll be able to be horizontal as well. The memory is the same. I think some people aren't stoked that the memory is the same. 32 gigabytes of flash storage. That's about 1,000 photos or 130-second videos, but what happens anyway is you download it to your phone right away, so it doesn't really matter all that much. The other thing you might be interested in is the Oakley Houston Meta glasses that came out a little while ago are basically the same specs as the Gen 2 Ray-Ban. So if you're not sure if you want that Houston or that Ray-Ban for technology reasons, they're the same. Aesthetically, they're very different. All right, thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. But there's more information that you might want to hear about. Another video up next you can watch is the Ray-Ban Meta Style and Size Guide. There are 3 different styles in the Ray-Ban collection right now, and one of them comes in 2 sizes. So if you want a little bit of help figuring out which one might fit you best, that's definitely a good video to watch. And if you want to learn a little bit more about the Oakley Meta Houston, we have a full review on that as well. Other thing to remember is, yes, you can get these in prescription, the Oakley ones, the Ray-Ban ones, lots of different prescription options. The transition feature is obviously unbelievably popular when you get them in prescription. And also you can use your FSA or HSA money on prescription Meta. So if you got money left at the end of the year and you want to get something ridiculously rad and different, instead of buying Band-Aids or going to go see the dentist, you should get some Ray-Ban Metas in your prescription with your FSA money. Later.